Hello, I'm John Bachman. This afternoon, the State Department says U.S.-led airstrikes have destroyed ISIS targets near a town on the Syrian-Turkish border, but American forces are more focused on the broader strategy of defeating ISIS than just one town.
Obviously horrific to watch what's going on the ground, but it's important for the United States, for us, to also step back and remember our strategic objectives as it relates to our efforts and our engagement in Syria.
Well, Turkey's president says the fall of the town Kobani could be in ISIS's hands at any time. The State Department confirmed that strikes took out several ISIS vehicles, including one carrying anti-aircraft artillery. Spokeswoman Jen Psaki added that local opposition groups have also formed coalitions on the ground there in some of those affected towns. In Spain, Madrid's regional government says it's going to kill the dog of a nurse affected with Ebola. Officials say there's a risk the dog could transmit the deadly virus to humans. That nurse caught the virus while treating a priest in Spain who had recently returned from West Africa. Others have been quarantined and monitored for exposure. In Texas, Thomas Duncan remains in critical condition today and is receiving an experimental drug. And in Nebraska, NBC cameraman Ashoka Mukpu is being treated for Ebola there. And the man in charge of the U.S. military's Ebola mission in West Africa says American troops will not be exposed to the virus.
So again, let me assure you, by providing the pre-deployment training, I'm confident that we can ensure our service members' safety and the safety of the American people.
Well, some 4,000 U.S. troops may be headed to West Africa to build and secure emergency medical facilities. The mission could cost upwards of $750 million. And there are calls today for a new constitutional amendment after the Supreme Court's decision to bypass a ruling on same-sex marriage. Senator Ted Cruz calls this tragic. Utah Senator Mike Lee calls the Supreme Court decision disappointing. Cruz is promising to introduce that amendment that would allow states to ban same-sex marriage. This comes a day after, of course, the Supreme Court refused to hear appeals from several states defending their own bans that open the door to gay marriage in 11 new states, either immediately or very soon. And new poll numbers in Kentucky show the Senate challenger there is now out in front. The Bluegrass poll shows Democrat Allison Lundgren Grimes now up by 2 points on Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. This is the first poll since early June showing Grimes with the lead, but it's still well within the margin of error. And after this fight at the 49ers game at Levi's Stadium over the weekend, felony assault charges have been filed against two men. One of the victims in this fight reportedly has severe head injuries. And for just shy of $2 billion, a Chinese company is buying New York's famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Hilton is selling the hotel to the Anbang Insurance Group, but they'll continue to run the facility or the property under a 100-year contract. I'm John Bachman. We'll have another Newsmax Now update for you in 30 minutes. Now we'll send it back to the Steve Malzberg Show live from New York.